Hey folks, welcome. I'm a rough Pebble, and I am so excited to be checking out Ostranauts. It is a really fantastic space simulation, role-playing sandbox game, and it has been quite some time since I've last checked it out, so there is a lot of new content. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into some of that content. Some of the things that I do know that are new are being able to travel to different bodies within the solar system, so being able to travel to different planets or asteroids and whatnot, wherever there are humans doing human things. And so we can do a little bit more of that. I think there is a lot of UI and character and quality of life updates, so I'm very excited to check it all out. First things first, though, we do need to create a character. We are going to start with a he/him who is interested in she/hers. We can randomize here a little bit. Well, maybe we go with the name first. Noah. Let's go with Noah Black Pebble. And we'll go with something like that. Well, then we'll just go with Noah Pebble. I think that'll be good. And then, is there a way to? Okay, we'll do something like that. A nice clean cut. We don't need scars. We don't need glasses. A lot of different beards out there too, but we should probably go with one that's black, yeah? Just so it matches our... Okay, that's kind of nice. Okay. Okay. What do your teeth look like? Alright. Sounds good. Lips, good. Neck. Okay. What's your body look like? Huh? Okay. Sounds good. So I think we are done with Noah Pebble here. And let's go ahead and hit done here. So that is the sort of character model creator. And now we dive into the career kiosk. So here is who we are. We are Noah Pebble. We are age 18. We have a net worth of $100.19 to our name. And we are at our at our first corporate checkup. The Iotomiwa MedTech takes a glance at your chart, then at your body, then back at your chart. Immunosuppressed, low bone density, hypovolemic, standard condition for a young spacer on K-Leg Station. Born and raised as you were in the weak microgravity of a 33-kilometer asteroid. Doc says the insomnia is catching up with you. It's chronic around here, something likely caused by radiation and lack of sunlight. Your eyes work well enough for now, but they're still bad and they're getting worse. 18 years old and rapidly approaching middle age. Your muscles are feeble by Mars standards. They won't stand a chance on Earth. No shit you say, you're no Earther and you never will be. A heart monitor beeps and then beeps again. The board tech scribbles a few notes and grants your work permissions. Healthy enough to strip hulls in the boneyard, despite everything. Fine with you. Closer to the ships after all, and you're gonna get one. Alright, so here's our biological father, Jack Meadows. He's a shipbreaker from Encantado Venus. And our mother, Alicia Meadows, shipbreaker from Tharsis Landing, Mars. Okay. What do we do next? So, next steps, we get to choose what we want to do. So, do we want to seek adventure? Do we want to work on ourselves? Do we want to save some money or look for a ship? This would close out the career kiosk stuff. So this is sort of a last sort of step. You can also find some ships in Seek Adventure, so keep an eye out for those potentially if you want one. Or we can review our resume. So this is who we currently are. We're youthful, fragile, insomniac, so on and so forth. We are skilled in spaceship engineering and zero-G ops. Well, first things first, I think we should seek adventure. So, shady deal. You are approached by a coworker who has developed a less than legal method for making cash on the side. Apparently, they've been tagging high value salvage as junk in the system for the last 6 weeks. After the false tag, they leave the part on board the derelict and sell the location to the highest bidder. The scheme always involves the complicity of the breaker doing the final sweep. And today, that happens to be you. Piece in question is a busted reactor, and you know it will fetch a pretty penny on the black market. It's a big take if you can pull it off, but there are risks. Violence. I think we'd be a goody two-shoes here. I think we decline the offer, but keep an eye on the involved parties. It's a good scheme. Runs like clockwork. After a couple weeks, you know all the names, locations, and timings. You bring this intel to an AOSEC officer. They're shocked by the level of detail. It's not a career case, but it's close enough. Now you have a friend on the force, plus some valuable information to boot. Alright, so we've got a friend. Ijeoma Lawson. And, skills and attributes. Shipbreaker, skilled in street etiquette, and honest. Okay, yeah, I think honest is good. Alright, we're age 19. We've made some contacts on the police force. We'll seek more adventure. Joujui, a woman calls. You stop what you're doing. Dry mouth dry. So do the dozens or so other day workers in the cramped dormitory. A silver class econo apartment in the ASC barracks. That's the signal from the next pod over. They're coming. Outside the door and up the access corridor, you hear the clatter of mag boots marching in double time. A half dozen of your neighbors flee through the back door. Moments later, you hear a series of sharp cracks and screams. Shock arounds, you hope. You got a moment to act. What do? Hide in the air vent, bluff, have nothing to hide. We'll fake a pressure alarm. We gotta take care of our community out here. On some stations, hackers are monitored with the same vigilance as states seeking nuclear capabilities back on old Earth. Do they have the technology needed to perform a cyber attack? Do they have the motivation, the skills, the opportunity, the support network? This is a good example of why such precautions exist. It's the work of 10 tense seconds to isolate the corridor the ASX are advancing down. It's 3 keystrokes to trigger a vacuum alarm. You hear the thuds as the bulkheads close, trapping them inside. By the time the sysops can untangle the mess you leave behind, the raid will be neutered by social embarrassment if nothing else. Some of your dorm mates take advantage of the confusion to slip away, hopefully to a less policed area of the station, if such a thing exists on the barracks. Okay. Skilled in hacking and genius. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. At age 19 or at age 20. So, more adventure. Or maybe we work on ourselves a little bit. I think we should just continue seeking adventure here. Queen of Diamonds on the river matches up nicely with your ladies. Turns out 2 pairs into a full house. Or turns your 2 pairs into a full house. Huang, the guy who got you into this game, is out. The ancient Nigerian shipping magnate folds. The suit who you guess is an off-duty military contractor by her demeanor folds. It's just you and the high roller, and he's been trailing for a while now. Tell you what, he says, smiling faintly underneath his mirror shades. Let's make this interesting. He tosses a command key for a starship onto the table. The other players go from quiet to deadly still. His only out was the inside straight draw for the straight flush. Surely he wouldn't bluff with something so valuable, right? Oh, you've grown into a young adult. You can hear things most others don't. Okay. So yeah, we could try to grab the key and run. No, let's call him on a technicality. Something's fishy about this, no? We're playing for cash, right? Yeah, we're playing for cash, you say. Looking between the other players in bemusement. If you don't have the cash, you know what to do. He shrugs and takes the key back. You win this pot, but can't help thinking you've missed a chance to play better. Skilled in gambling and a $300 reward. Oh, you know what? I'll take that. More adventure, then. Rare salvage. She's a real beauty, the testudo heavy lifter, 4-4 rate, and it's with a confusing mix of honor and dismay that you're contracted to take her apart. On day 4 of the break, you're welding through a wall compartment when something catches your eye. You snap off the torch and take a closer look. Your breath catches at the sight. Miura intake regulator, the apex of the defunct company's technical achievements. Today, one of the rarest aftermarket parts in the game. It's popular on other markets too. Maybe Io Tamiwa don't need to know about this. Let's just let them know. We're trying to be good here, right? Maybe you disprove the practice, or perhaps it just isn't worth the risk this time. You've been audited before. It's never fun trying to explain where your extra spending money comes from. Whatever your reasons, you notify your supervisor, who in turn notifies their supervisor, and again, and so on. A special team is dispatched from the Ayotamiwa HQ Prism, who carefully cut into the offending part, place it in a sealed container, and promptly leave it in the exhaust path of a fusion torch. You were considered for, but ultimately not awarded an official letter of commendation. In lieu of said honor, you are gifted a t-shirt emblazoned with the Ayotamiwa logo. Alright. Skilled in business administration, follower. Okay. Okay. You are uncomfortable making decisions and prefer following others. Alright. Despite your best efforts, your dream of owning your own salvage ship still eludes you. Let's take a look at this. Let's seek adventure. Midway through scrapping yet another hulk, the cockpit of your allotted salvage pod lights up with red telltales. Suddenly, you're under thrust as one of the engines sends you spiraling away from the hulk's orbit into the black. It's unresponsive, and nobody has the fuel to come save you. You're expendable. If you want to live, it's up to you. Should we hack the engine, take the stick, jury-rig the engine, or troubleshoot the engine? Let's try to jury-rig it. See what we can get here. This isn't your field of expertise, but the principles of motion are more or less the same anywhere you go. The problem is that one engine is misfiring wildly and counteracting your attempts to correct it. Therefore, the solution is to nullify that engine. Lasering through the engine mounts on the hardpoint strangely never came up in the owner's manual, but you suspect if it had, it wouldn't be under don'ts. With good reason. As you break through, the engine shears off, taking a part of the pod's frame with it. You limp back into port, but the harbor master is none too happy to hear there's another cloud of debris for his crews to track. They fine you for their trouble. Minus 150. Skilled in mechanical engineering, brave and coordinated. Okay. We're still feeble, fragile, insomniac, visually impaired, unfit, immunosuppressed. We'll seek adventure yet again. You're drinking at the local watering hole. After your shift, when you see the unicorn, they're the sign of an Ayotamiwa executive, sneaking out to rub shoulders and bump uglies with the common folk. You wince as they try to pay you for their rounds in yuan. It's dollars for the likes of us, friend. If you're careful and lucky, they could be an opportunity. Try to hack them. Let's start a riot. Okay, so maybe you've been drinking tonight. Maybe your feelings aren't so much fleece the rich as eat the rich. K-leg bars are volatile at the best of times, and it takes only a bit of theatricality from you to set the dogs on them and their fancy silk clothes. Turns ugly, however, when one of their hangers-on reveals herself to be the security detail and the trigger happy to boot. The subsonic rounds are deafening in the confines of the bar. Suddenly, everything is in chaos. People are bleeding on the floor, and Iosek is on their way. Time you were on yours. Ah well, blacklisted from another bar. It's not such a bad outcome, is it? It's important to keep these things in perspective. Okay. Do we have new enemies? That's not great. Okay, the bartender and and the manager of K-Leg. That's not great. Okay. One moment. One moment. My cat wants to come inside real fast. Okay, sorry about that. Let the cat's in. Let's continue to seek adventure, right? And then maybe we'll work on ourselves. Labor barge locker. Hulks of blackened metal loom all around as you ride the labor barge out to the boneyards. The barge is so overloaded today. They've got some of you clinging to a cargo web full of locked crates. Crates with emergency supplies. They'll no doubt deduct from your pay if you dare have an accident, but the armed guard's back is turned. Well, maybe we mislabeled the crates. Some less scrupulous scrap bosses run smuggling on the side, using the labor barge as cover to ferry crates out to buyers. You're willing to bet a mislabeled crate might put it somewhere you and your buddies could get to unseen once the barge reaches the site. But when you get back to the station, the site manager finds your team for the missing cargo. To make matters worse, one of your brilliant co-conspirators forgot where they stashed the loot. You make them buy the crew a bottle of vodka and let the fuck up be the running joke of the evening as the three of you cruise the corridors of the OE. Alright, new friends. We got leader. Okay. Continue seeking adventure. When all's said and done, shipbreaking and scavenging and hustling is a grind. What was once dangerous eventually becomes monotonous. This just so happens to be a phase of your life from which, looking back, you can't remember anything interesting or any interesting events at all. The only thing noteworthy about this particular period of back-breaking 100-hour weeks is what you started doing to cope. I'm sorry about that. I had a call. Somebody's calling me. I don't believe it's important, so I'm not taking it. What should we do to deal with the daily grind? We should take a second job as an electrician. You feel oppressed. You feel unsuccessful. Uh-oh. Propelled by an intoxicating blend of pride and masochism, you find yourself taking a second gig with Iotomiwa in entry-level maintenance. Your job officially is to ensure the working condition of Iotomiwa consumer-facing assets. But your new coworkers are quick to inform you that what you've actually become is the kiosk bitch. The humble kiosk OKLG is littered with them. The royal red Van Buren Pharma, the lime and gray Gig Nexus, the burnt orange of the Iotomiwa refuel station. It's not lost on you that in the early days of the colonization rush, these might have been manned jobs, with each providing a salary healthy enough to keep in at least one spacer housed and fed. But why pay a spacer for what a screen can accomplish twice as fast? Plus, you don't have to give a kiosk their death pay. Bonus after the screen is inevitably smashed to bits by drunk revelers in the OE. At first, the job doesn't offer much in the way of excitement. Faulty buy button on the pharma box at the NCO Marina. Quick solder job. Refuel kiosk in the port has a stuck slider. Admin reset. Gig Nexus at Aziki Way Estates has a screen flicker. Hard smack does it. But soon enough, you discover a strange aptitude for electrical maintenance. Circuit boards begin to present to you as cities in miniature. The copper traces running like tiny roadways, LED diodes flashing like traffic lights beneath, capacitors looming like the apartment subscrapers on Tharsis Landing. The gig doesn't last, but your fascination does. Now, every time you pass a kiosk, you can't help but press your face against the vents just to get a quick look at the little world inside. Alright. Patient and skilled in electrical engineering. More. Crack down. Okay, so are we just like repeating ones here? Boy, I don't even know. Should we just fake a pressure alarm again? And then that way, yeah, we just know. Okay, we've already done that. Okay. Then let's work on ourselves. Let's... Traits, yes. I want to get rid of unfit. Okay. Slow healer, slow metabolism, and light sleeper. Okay. We are no longer unfit, but I would like to go for fit. Okay, so fast metabolism. No. That's fine. Oh. I don't think this matters to me. And okay. So we'll be 37 when we head out then. And no longer feel young. You are a light sleeper and insomniac. Okay. Leader, loyal, observant. Patient. Okay. I think that's everything that I want. I mean, I could go for... Yeah, we have strong, tidy, tough. I don't really worry too much about being tough. Stubborn or a pushover, no. All of that's fine. Yeah, no, I think this is good. Yeah, okay. Apply. And let's go ahead and seek a ship. We're 38 years old. Let's take a look at our resume. Middle-aged, young adult. Yeah, no longer young adult, I guess. Mm-hmm. And we have quite a resume. Okay, so let's go ahead and seek a ship. Ogiso's, you happen across a seller trying to offload a Testudo Dream. It's a small shuttlecraft used to ferry passengers in local space. It's not pretty, but it has life support thrusters and even a few jump seats if you have friends you don't like so well. Might be just what you need to escape the daily grind as a shipbreaker. Ogiso's register has given this vessel an OSR of moderate, indicating that it is legal for sale but does not possess ship systems beyond basic travel and life support. I will take this ship. It is fine with me. Anything will do. You're now the proud owner of a Testudo Dream, and you can now reach some of the outer derelicts beyond the watchful eye of the yard masters. Now that you're on your own terms, your next move is up to you. Maybe score a valuable part or two for resale or reuse. Pull down a platinum tier payout on a gig, or maybe even discover a ship discarded before its time. Whatever the case, it beats sweating in a suit all day for someone else's profit. Time to get out there and find your future. Okay. So, that is us. Let's go ahead and submit the resume. And take a peek at what we have around us. Alright? So there are a lot of tutorials and whatnot. This is our bar where we can see some of the things that we will have. This is our sort of like iPad type thing. We can just go ahead and pick up all of these items on the ground. Or I can hit I, and I should be able to see what's on the ground. Yeah. So we can pick this up. Or we could just equip it. Yeah, there we go. We've equipped one. We can put this one on here. We could... We've got that portal, the PDA there. We don't actually have any backpacks here. That's the toilet, a poster, a light. We could take a look at this poster. What do we have here? Let's inspect it. Alright, cool poster. Very nice. Okay. There's a light here. Let's go ahead and move up here. Let's turn on the power so we can see inside our compartments. And we can see there's a bunch of little compartments everywhere all over this place. So we can open this one up, see what's in the bin, see what's in the inventory here. Inside the bin we've got a t-shirt and some hygiene packs. I'm going to toss those onto the ground for right now. Let's see what's in the rack. There is a bag. So we can take this tote and we can put it on here. Inside that tote, we can put, or we can put on a pressure suit. But for right now, we'll just put them into the, there. What are those? Were the that's the t-shirt, right? This is the fridge. There's another bin over here. We can peek into this one real fast. Another t-shirt. This bin has nothing in it. This one has some trash and some hygiene packs. We can stack those. There is a toolbox. But we can just take the toolbox and put it into our hand. There we go. So we've got our overalls here. They can... Oh, whoops. Hold up. Let's also look inside the fridge real fast. There's a drink pouch. Cool. Alright, so we've got the t-shirts here. We can put the pressure suit on. I have to take the overalls off first. Oh, and I can't wear sneakers with that. Okay. For now, I don't think we need to worry about that. That's not going to help us much here. We've got a soldering iron, a plast hacksaw, and a plast screwdriver. Nothing else in the fridge. This is just a table and floor, sink, rack. Okay. Vent, light, another light here. Okay. So I think that's everything. I don't think there are any other compartments there. Can we open this door? No. Can we open this door? No. The airlock is that way. Is there anything back this way? Open. Toggle the power here. Open. Airlock is that way. Pick up a crowbar. And that's just a t-shirt. We've got some cartridges. Okay, so we can't open that. There's nothing else here. If I were to go up this way, is there anything? What is this? That's just a vent. Anything else over here? Pick up. Yeah. Install this thing here. There's a little bit of a tutorial just to kind of get us situated. We can speed up time here. takes a second to get all this installed here. There we go. Let's see what's inside here. Ah. A Halverson friction welder. And a tactical knife. Nothing else in here. Okay, let's keep going to the airlock. Let's get to our ship, because we're still just on the station. This is not our ship. Can I pry this open? Whose little hole is this? Alright. Pill bottles. We can maybe sell those. And I would take a little bit more. Can I see under install power? And yeah, like a conduit here. Okay, or can I just see in orders? Conduit. Is there a, that's a rank, shift. Roster, goals, gigs, tasks. No, it would be under, Visor app, yes, power, there we go. Okay, so there isn't power into here. So I could, I don't know what putting power into that would do necessarily. Default. Anyways, let's make our way down to the airlock. We just want to get out of this station. There's a bunch of people over here dragging stuff around. There's a Suya cart here. A My Suya street vendor. We could trade and see if there's they've got all sorts of food here. Kebabs of chicken in a yaji spice rub. Prawn stir fry, very nice. Okay. Power switch. I think, okay, it's good to go. Alright, and then we can go into here also. Got a maintenance guy working on stuff here. There's the kiosk, some of the kiosks. We can go to the gig nexus here. And this might be valuable. Pickup locker is the K-Leg Old Emporium. There's a couple ones, a couple of the courier jobs here. It costs 14, but the payout is quite nice. Client, pickup locker. Security recon. Courier. Who is currently located on Terrible Peaks. Yeah, these are a little bit more reasonable. Yeah, these require us going out quite a long ways away. And I think for right now, we just need to do things like this. That can take quite a bit. But before we do any of that, let's go take a peek at our ship. So we'll go earn some money. So let's take a look at our little rinky-dink ship. So, here we are. Toggle the power. Alright, so we can turn it off and on there. Unpowered devices, yeah. These are some of the seats here. Cool, and then this is the nav station here, okay. Okay, so don't crash, and here's some things to teach you a little bit about it. And yeah, so that is the beginnings of this game. So we have just created our character. We have gone through the tutorial of waking up in the station and heading out, and then setting ourselves up here with a station. We also went through the career kiosk and character, all of that character creation stuff. It's been a lot of fun. I'm very excited to take off from this ship and leave the OKLG station behind and go find a derelict that we could potentially salvage some equipment from. Maybe even expanding our own ship in the process. But nonetheless, I'm going to end the episode here. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you like what you see. Helps me and helps grow the channel. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.